Hi there. I'm just going to do another video, and I might do another video later tonight. But I don't, I just do what I feel. It could be a video, it could be another kind of post on the web, and all I'm trying to do is just go through this journey and share it. I talk about it a lot, and what happened to me was I had an unexpected spiritual awakening. And at the start of this video, about the forgiveness, and that's what's happened for me on this path. What happened was an unexpected spiritual awakening, which was at the age of 24. And the forgiveness thing, what happened is it just showed me that the way was to basically not be so hard on myself, and to start forgiving yourself first. Forgiveness, it's not just as cut and dried as forgive others. You have to forgive yourself first. This is where people can't manage that. People can't actually do what it says that Jesus says to forgive. You have to forgive yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't forgive yourself, you're not going to be able to forgive someone else. Because love is a projection. What you're giving to other, when you're giving love, you're projecting it. And so, yeah, it starts by, this path basically showed me that it's all within you. All I do is I just go with what feels right to me. Just do what you like, and that's it. Don't go by the world's rules. People are so messed up because, and me as well before this awakening, because we get told what to do, what not to do, and there's over 7 billion people on the planet. So if there's over 7 billion people on the planet, that means there's at least over 7 billion opinions. Yet some people will harp on as if they're right, and this really makes your opinion feel so small. But back to the forgiveness thing, it's all about basically forgiving and loving even the elements of yourself that you really don't like. But remember, what you don't like, there's someone else that will like that. That's always the case, but just be gentle on yourself. Do things that you enjoy doing. That's all I do in this path. That's all I'm doing. And just go, that's it. And then what happens is you build forgiveness for yourself, and then you can gently forgive others. But don't do things at your own pace. That's it. Do things at your own pace, Engage yourself, monitor how you feel in situations. That's what I do. What I do all the time is, in any situation, I monitor my feelings, my emotions in every situation. So then I know, if I get annoyed at something, then I'm aware that's an unhealed part, you see. That's what the awakening done. The awakening was like unexpected, this spiritual awakening. And I'm 33 my birthday, and 24 I was, and it was unexpected, but it basically was, my perception changed, and everything became one. Everything's like a mirror. It's like, it is that. It's everything's just like a mirror. It's like this endless ocean of the one infinite self. And it's all one, and I'll tell you why it's all one, because everything, when I had this awakening, and I get new awakenings all the time, I started to perceive, it's just logic what I started to perceive, that everything has to come from nothing. And that means that all we are is infinite non-dual nothingness. And that there is a dual, but it's actually the same one, experiencing itself but as separate. And this is the stuff that you start to become aware of when you're awakening spiritually. And like I say, my mother was a palmist, and done many other things, and my mother was on television with what she'd done as well, and was tested and was right in what she said, but it doesn't mean if someone reads your palm that that's the be all and end all. We've all got a certain road we can go down, but we can change it as well, right? And that's the thing. If anyone's going for psychic readings, don't expect an outcome. When you're expecting outcomes, that's demonic. That's going to hurt you. You've got to train yourself to not expect outcomes, and this goes back to the self-forgiveness. You're letting go. Let go of all outcomes. Let go, and you can still have, psychic readings and stuff, but don't expect outcomes. And understand that the truth of the matter is that you're not separate from God. The reason is, like I said, everything has to come from nothingness, meaning infinity. That means that you're the infinity. That means that you are God. It means that God is not a separate power from you. See, this God thing gets misunderstood. It's not that Jesus lied or that any of these people lied. It's that it's been misunderstood on purpose, I think. I think that that's what's happened. They've taken the God thing and they've twisted it. And they've made it out like God is like separate and is going to hurt you, when it's actually the same awareness. Everything's just awareness. Because everything, if you're aware now and you come from nothing, then that means the nothing would have to be the awareness. That means that you are God. You're the infinity. And I just wanted to explain that. This is why I've done this video. I just wanted to explain that, and it's all just, I think reality is just a dream. Because I think it's a bit like when you go to sleep at night, and it's only when you're in nothingness do you fall asleep, and then the dream manifests. I think you can't be real in nothingness. You know what I mean? But I think it's some sort of dream manifestation power, and that's what's going on. And also, it also means if you're infinity, it also means that everything's perfect. The reason it's perfect is because within infinity, that means that this moment has run itself an infinite number of times. That means that we think we're going there, we're going somewhere, but we've already been there. And that we are getting the infinitely perfected version of this very moment. So it's all perfect and meant. And even just this is another thing came with this spiritual awakening, was that realize it's all perfect. And this is and this self-forgiveness thing, it's the reason you forgive is because you're becoming aware of the fact that that everything is one, and you're looking at everything as you. And this helps to build love for others as well, when you're looking at everything as oneness and not ego driven and not being like I'm better than you. When you're looking at everything as oneness, the forgiveness for others and forgiveness in general gets stronger, because you're not looking with the ego self thinking that you're separate and better than anything else. So start to look at all as it's you. Start to be aware that whatever you feel negatively is an unhealed part, and be nice to yourself. Look, you're going to make mistakes too, but who says it's a mistake anyway? I know I just did, but a mistake or right or wrong are just made up. So understand that. And then you will start to realize that everything's just nothing and it's all made up. So you don't have to live by anyone's rules. Just go at your own steady pace, your own rules, and be nice to yourself, and you'll start to feel better in your life and forgive yourself, and then you'll build this love where you want to give love to others. This is what I've been going through for 8-9 years now. And like I say, my mum was a palmist and many other things, but spiritual awakening was a completely new thing. So I went through this on my own, and I had to work it out, and you know, and an amazing journey. You know, this path is amazing, and anyone can do. All I did was I was very, very depressed and very anxious, and one day I sat down when I had this unexpected awakening. It was unexpected, but all I did was just pay attention to stillness. And then once you do that, you start going through the awakening. It's all, everything, the divine, God is actually here within presence, and that's how you access it. And then you start accessing your heart intelligence. And then, you know what I mean, you're accessing this imaginative heart intelligence, and you're expanding your consciousness. I like what David Icke says about intelligence. He said, the intellectual is the village idiot compared with someone with an expanded consciousness. It's true. We get fed that intelligence is someone that repeats things from university, but it's got nothing to do with intelligence. Many of them people will repeat things without even questioning it. And that's it. They'll do things without even questioning, repeat things, and that's what the herd do. The herd just follow whatever's there. That's another thing, because awakening is just self-awareness. You're becoming aware now of reality. You're paying attention. And I realize now that everything outward, this is why my music taste even changed. I listen to a lot of meditative music now. I still like certain artists, but I understand that most famous people and artists are actually, it's all engineered. It has to be, because the system is demonic, and demonic forces have to have, and I've looked up the experts that speak about this. They say, the demonologists and the people that talk about demonic entities say that they need depression and anxiety and murder and all this stuff to feed off it. David Icke talks about reptilians. Now, I don't know. I would say just a demonic energy. Everything's energy. And it's a demonic energy that's hanging in the air, that's feeding off this. And as we're going through the awakening, this energy is changing back to love. But that means the demonic energy its life is ended, because everything's returning to oneness with this global awakening. That's why there's so many songs in the pop charts about love being hurtful. When to love is to love, that means that you love without expectations back. It's the expectations that we have in life that destroy us. It builds anxiety, having expectations of anything. If you once you start to let that go, like this is what I started to do, and this is how I started to let go of needs and wants, and then you start to forgive yourself, and then you build this love within you because you've just decided to let go. We get programmed to chase things and to want things. So then what you've got is a society of people chasing other people in relationships and stuff, and they're never finding happiness. But this awakening, what it's going to do is it's going to make people understand that happiness and love is within them. And then when you're like that, if you meet someone, then your love that you're going to give that person in a relationship is going to be pure and not of expectations and not demanding an outcome. That is demonic. That is going to hurt you. So that's why letting go is practice all the time. And don't be so hard on yourself. And you'll notice as you're doing this, this is how my breathing changed. Because you go into this meditative state as you're working on the self-forgiveness. And then you build up to love, to Gaia, by being this way. That's how you correct your breathing properly. Don't be afraid to cry. Face your emotions, and just be what you are right now. You can only have what is here. And as you're doing this, you let go and you open up to your natural life force energy within you. This whole energy awakens itself once we are relaxed deep enough. So relaxation and meditative music is very important. But I'm just going to end it there. Thank you for watching. Thank you.